is in the blocks. The Honourable Member for Etobicoke North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to talk about seniors who have contributed throughout their lives to our country, society, and economy. Seniors have worked tirelessly, served Canada and communities with dedication, raised families, paid taxes, and deserve a dignified retirement free from financial worry. But far too many seniors remain concerned about their retirement savings running out and are worried about not being able to live independently in their own homes. None of us can be okay with this. I am always grateful for the opportunity to listen to seniors groups in Etobicoke North. The Asian Humberwood Seniors, Caribbean Senior Social Club of Toronto, Democratic South Asian Seniors Association, Humberwood Seniors, South Asian Seniors, St. Andrews Seniors Club, and Sri Lankan Tamil Seniors Group of Etobicoke. I love to listen to their stories, benefit from their wisdom, and hear what they need. During the last election in Etobicoke North, I spoke to senior after senior over the telephone. One of the highlights of the election was when a woman who used to sing in Welsh choirs and teach singing sang Pure Heart in Welsh to me over the telephone. But with such joy came real heartache. The overwhelming issue I heard during the last election was that seniors need help to ensure a dignified retirement. This was vastly different from my previous 4 elections, where the overriding issues were jobs and the economy. Mr. Speaker, some seniors were in their 90s and even their early 100s and had served during the Second World War. One was a 48th Highlander who said that 8 decades ago they had stepped up for their generation and for future generations, and that their motto is Julius Gubra. It means faithful forever. And I spoke to women who had worked in the war effort. I spoke to teachers who had taught generations of young Canadians for over 3 decades. And I spoke to many women who had not only worked and cared for their families, but also had cared for numerous extended family members as they aged, and some over decades and with no remuneration, and who had now recently lost their partners and were worried if their savings would be enough to carry them through. Some seniors stressed that, in their words, they had done everything right and had saved for their retirement because they had the means. Not everyone does. But they were forced to take out money from their registered retirement income funds, or RIFs, when they didn't need the money, when they weren't sick, when they hadn't lost a partner, or when they didn't need care. However, when they really needed the money, it had been depleted through mandatory withdrawals, or in some cases was gone altogether. They said, quote, while their costs were always increasing, their RIFs were forever decreasing. And their challenges did not end there. Sometimes RIF withdrawals push seniors into a higher tax bracket and could even result in clawed back old age security and guaranteed income supplement benefits. And for seniors in nonprofit housing, withdrawals could mean increased rent, because rent is tied to income. Today, when Canadians turn 71, they must convert their registered retirement savings plans, or RRSPs, to RIFs and begin making mandatory withdrawals at a set rate. Seniors are concerned that the current rates do not reflect that people are working longer than ever before, that length of retirement is generally longer, that life expectancy is increasing, that when they are forced to draw down on their savings, they risk outliving their funds, and that the problem is compounded by lower rates of return. Mr. Speaker, I hope that colleagues in this House can come together to start a national conversation around registered retirement income funds, or RIFs. Specifically, Motion M45 asks the government to undertake a study examining population aging, longevity, interest rates, and registered retirement income funds, and report its findings and recommendations to the House within 12 months. All Canadians matter, and they matter throughout their lives. The job of governments is to provide the support Canadians need across their lifespan. We are either seniors today or hopefully seniors in waiting. We are all in this together, and the well-being of older members of our society must be a concern to all of us. Mr. Speaker, there will be those who ask why we need another study. In this case, requesting a comprehensive study is a good first step to start a national conversation, to focus attention on risks, to collect evidence, to hear about the realities Canadians are living today, more than 2 years into a pandemic. Most importantly, to have the government come back to this House within 12 months with real recommendations and options to help Canadians. There is also a long-standing debate regarding mandatory RIF minimum withdrawals and scheduling of withdrawals, whether to increase the mandatory withdrawal age, reduce the rate of withdrawals set for each age, a combination of these, or eliminate mandatory withdrawals. These are just a few options, and the study could identify more. There are also unknowns regarding the full financial market implications of COVID-19 and how they will vary from person to person. Private members' motions cannot commit the government to invest public resources. This would require subsequent decisions. Having said this, the motion does focus attention on an issue Canadians very much care about and are anxious about. It encourages the government to do real work and to come back to this House with recommendations on a way forward. Mr. Speaker, let me address why this motion focuses on RIFs. There are over 7 million Canadians who are 65 years and older today, and 60% have RIF savings. That's over 4 million people, and an opportunity for the government to make recommendations that potentially could help millions of Canadians. While RIFs cannot be the whole answer to ensuring a dignified retirement free from financial worry, they are an important part of the solution. Moreover, Canadians and organizations like CanAge, CARP, the C.D. Howe Institute, the Investment Association of Canada, and the National Association of Federal Retirees have been asking for changes to RIFs. Today, seniors are forced to make more and more difficult choices as the rising cost of living for everything from electricity to food to gas compounds the costs of aging and difficulties brought about by 2 years of life during the pandemic. In short, this is the time to look at RIFs, to study how to better support seniors today, how to better protect the middle class, and how to better support seniors of tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, seniors know that the rules around RIFs have not kept pace with the times. Canadians are living longer. That's a good thing. But with increasing age, seniors may also have increased care needs. Canadian life expectancy is now 82 years of age, and the age cohort of those who are at least 85 years old is growing 4 times faster than the rest of the population, according to Statistics Canada data. While almost 8 million Canadians provide care to a family member or friend, almost half of these provide care for a parent or parent-in-law. But seniors are still struggling. I have spoken to people in their late 90s who have increasing care needs, but have lost their partner, their children, and their friends, and the RIFs are gone. As one woman said to me, quote, "I see no option but to sell my home, the place where I raised my children. I can't afford the care I need because everything I saved for is gone." This is a reality for far too many women who often live longer than men and are disproportionately and negatively impacted. Moreover, the baby boomers, the large generation born between 1946 and 1965, are aging. And the oldest of the baby boomer generation are just 76 years old today. Between 2017 and 2037, Canada's population of seniors, those aged 65 and older, is expected to grow by a staggering 68%. The Canadian Institute for Health Information predicts that over this period, the number of seniors in Canada will reach almost 10.5 million. Importantly, care for aging parents may shift as baby boomers have fewer children. Adult children have been and continue to be the backbone of long-term care in Canada. In fact, research by the National Institute on Aging at Ryerson University has found that 75% of all care is being provided informally by close family members. The same institute also shows the cost of publicly funded long-term care for seniors, including long-term care and home care, is expected to more than triple in 30 years, rising from $22 billion to $71 billion in today's dollars. Canadians are also working longer than ever before, many because they lack private retirement income and they have to work. The percentage of seniors working past age 71 has increased from 15% in 1995 to 24% in 2015. And salary was the main source of income for almost 44% of seniors in 2015, up from 39% in 1995. Increased longevity and longer retirement mean that mandated RIF withdrawals put people in a position to outlive their savings as they age, threatening retirement security. Senior savings are further impacted by lower investment returns. And when outdated withdrawal rules combine with increased longevity and reduced investment returns, it causes exponentially greater problems for seniors. In short, Canadians are facing a perfect storm when it comes to long-term financial retirement security. Workplace pensions are becoming less common, and interest rates are at historic lows, meaning income is going down, while retirement costs are going up. At the same time, Canadians are living longer than ever before, while family size has decreased to historic lows. This matters as adult children have typically provided most of the caregiving so that seniors can stay in their homes. But solutions do exist. Rules concerning RIFs have changed before, and they can change again. After RIFs were first introduced, amendments were made in 1986, 1992, 2015, and most recently in 2020. Mr. Speaker, Canada's seniors contribute to our communities, country, and society in countless ways. They have helped shape our country, and they have raised, mentored, and invested in generations of Canadians. They are our parents, grandparents, friends, neighbors, workers, volunteers, and they matter. We must do more than just thank them for everything they have done for us and our country. After all, they laid the foundations of a better future for all of us. Mr. Speaker, one of the best measures of a country is how it treats its older citizens and the most vulnerable. Seniors worked hard, played by the rules, and deserve a dignified and secure retirement free from financial worry. I know every member in this House cares about seniors and ensuring they have a dignified retirement. My colleague has done decades of work on this specific issue. Our colleague from Edmonton West has previously brought forward a bill concerning RIFs. Mr. Speaker, friends, with this motion, we have an opportunity to do something really important and impactful. We can come together to start a long overdue conversation. Encourage the government to gather evidence and come forward with recommendations to improve RIFs for Canadian seniors. And most importantly, to do something for those who have given us so very much. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.